Greetings, Tanglers. Welcome back to Inktober 2025. This is day 7. We are doing Rambles by Zentangle Headquarters. And yes, unfortunately, this video also did not capture when I did it in our squash book. So that's okay. I'm just re-recording. Okay. So rambles, sometimes we talk about ribbon tangles, which means, they're linear and they make really nice borders, things of that sort. Well, rambles truly is a ribbon tangle, but it will look like an actual ribbon, or at least the tail of it. So I'm going to turn my space diagonally. And the way this one starts is it's going to be an S curve that just keeps going down. So you can make it as wide as you want. You can make it more narrow. Just really let it have its space, its movement. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do a tethered aura. So an aura is when you know that an aura is basically an outline. So when it's an aura of a line, then we think of them kind of as being parallel, but you can aura anything, you just follow that shape. If it's a tethered aura, it means that it's going to attach at either one or both ends. So we're going to start this as a tethered aura, but when we go to connect it, we have to come back to that point. Okay? Now the first one is easy. The second one we have to change a little bit because I don't want to go from this point. It would be basically impossible for me to aura if I went exactly from this point. So what we want to think about is, see how right here is kind of where the bend happens? So we would imagine that that's where my tether would start. And now it auras, and then it's going to attach. So it's attached here, but we have to draw in hollow ball fashion. So I have to start in air, and then I can land and come out on the other side. And see how we just so easily, by doing that, we get that fold, we get that wonderful fold. And basically it's because this, I'm now using pencil just to show you, it's because this went behind it and connected there. So we're going to use the same idea all the way down. Here's where my bend is. Right there is when I started to bend down. So I'm going to imagine that it started here. So this is all in air, and then I can come down. So again, that ribbon, see how the aura basically has stayed about the same width, about the same thickness. So let's find that bend happens just about here. I'm going to draw in air and then land down and connect. Here's my bend. So here's in air, in air, in air, and down. And then I get to decide. I mean, at the end, do I just want to leave it kind of tapering off? Or do I want to put the last one in? I think in this case, at least for now, I'll put the last one in. And there you have it. That is Rambles. Now, even if you have enough space, and you can, it's kind of nice if you want to put a very small aura. And see how I had to leave, I didn't bring this down because the ribbon actually has that thickness to it. So you wouldn't see that aura in this space right here. And in fact, I would make the case that this is the front of the ribbon, so this is the back of the ribbon. So I might not do that thin aura again until here, because that's the front of the ribbon. And then the back, and then the front, and the back. So this is an embellishment, right? It's not part of the tangle. It doesn't have to be there, but it would be an embellishment. So as far as shading goes, I definitely want to shade underneath where my ribbon folds. That's going to be my focus. And let me turn this so that my tortillon is in its best position. So I'm going to do all of these, bring those out. And then I'll turn my tile to do the other side. We just get a better result if our tortillon is touching the lead and pulling it away. See, because that's how we get all of this lead down here, is because as we're blending, it pulls away. And of course, my little dotted lines would not be there, but that's okay. So there you have it, Tanglers. That is Rambles by Zentangle Headquarters. Have fun with this one. We'll see you tomorrow, and we will be back into our squash book. Bye-bye.